In Sharp Corner, director Jason Buxton crafts a chilling exploration of obsession and fractured masculinity, anchored by Ben Foster's electrifying performance as Josh McCall, a man unraveling under the weight of his own perceived heroism. The film opens with Josh and his wife Rachel, Kobe Smulders, moving into their dream home, a sleek, modernist structure perched beside a treacherously curved rural road. What begins as an idyllic fresh start quickly curdles when a fatal car accident disrupts their first night, embedding a seed of compulsion in Josh. As more crashes occur, his initial empathy for victims morphs into a dark fixation, one that exposes the fissures in his identity as a provider, husband, and father. Sharp Corner is less about the accidents themselves than the void they fill in Josh's psyche, a void that expands until it threatens to consume him. Ben Foster delivers a career-defining turn, embodying Josh's transformation with unsettling nuance. Early scenes paint him as the archetypal everyman, one with his son Max, Wilkosovic, affectionate with Rachel, and dutiful in his corporate job. Yet Foster hints at an undercurrent of restlessness, a man going through the motions of a life he's supposed to want. When the first crash shatters their peace, Foster's physicality shifts subtly. His posture tightens, his gaze lingers on the wreckage long after the tow trucks leave. As Josh becomes increasingly entangled in rescuing victims, Foster oscillates between vulnerability and menace. A scene where he practices CPR on a lifeless mannequin, lit by the cold glow of his garage, is both absurd and horrifying, showcasing Foster's ability to blur the line between altruism and delusion. By the film's climax, his performance transcends mere descent into madness. It's a dissection of how societal expectations of masculinity can corrode a man's soul when purpose becomes obsession. Buxton's direction amplifies this psychological unraveling through claustrophobic framing and a soundscape steeped in dread. The camera lingers on Foster's face in extreme close-ups, capturing every twitch and bead of sweat, forcing viewers to confront the discomfort of his rationalizations. The recurring crashes are shot with visceral brutality, metal screeching, glass shattering, but it's the quieter moments that unsettle most. A dinner party where Josh toasts the dead driver becomes a masterclass in tension, the guests' awkward silence echoing louder than any explosion. The sound design mirrors Josh's fractured state. Ambient noises, a ticking clock, the hum of appliances grow oppressive, while the absence of score during key moments leaves audiences stranded in his isolation. Central to the film's atmosphere is the house itself, a character as pivotal as any human. Designed with stark minimalism, panoramic windows, open spaces, sterile whites, it reflects Josh's facade of control. Yet as his obsession deepens, the house transforms. Shadows claw at its walls during nighttime vigils. Once inviting rooms feel cavernous and alien. Buxton and cinematographer Guy Godfrey employ shifting perspectives to mirror Josh's dissociation. Wide shots emphasize his insignificance against the vast landscape, while Dutch angles during confrontations with Rachel warp the domestic space into something menacing. The house, much like Josh, becomes a prison of his own making, a symbol of the American dream curdling into nightmare. Where Sharp Corner stumbles is in its peripheral characterizations. Rachel, though portrayed with grounded warmth by Smulders, exists primarily as a foil to Josh's mania. Her concerns, about their son's safety, their crumbling marriage, are voiced but never deeply explored, reducing her to a narrative checkpoint rather than a fully realized individual. Similarly, Josh's workplace struggles, including a rivalry with a younger colleague, feel underbaked, their resolution rushed to accommodate the central obsession. These gaps, however, might be intentional. The film's myopic focus on Josh mirrors his own solipsism, trapping viewers in his perspective until empathy curdles into revulsion. Thematically, the film resists easy answers. Is Josh's hero complex a response to professional stagnation? A midlife crisis masquerading as altruism? Buxton smartly avoids didacticism, opting instead to sit with the discomfort of ambiguity. Scenes of Josh Googling victims or eavesdropping on grieving families aren't framed as moral failures, but as symptoms of a deeper existential rot. The script, adapted from Russell Wangerski's short stories, critiques societal pressures on men to be protectors and providers without reducing Josh to a cautionary tale. Even his most despicable acts, sabotaging road signs to prevent accidents, thereby robbing himself of the chance to play savior, are tinged with pathos. Foster ensures we never fully villainize Josh, even as we recoil from his choices. The Nova Scotia setting serves as both backdrop and metaphor. The winding road, framed by lush forests and jagged cliffs, embodies the film's central tension between beauty and peril. Buxton juxtaposes serene landscape shots with the abrupt violence of collisions, underscoring nature's indifference to human drama. This duality extends to the score by Stephen McEwen, where melancholic strings give way to dissonant horns, mirroring Josh's internal chaos. Sharp Corner culminates in a finale as inevitable as it is shocking. Stripped of family, career, and dignity, Josh sits alone in his now empty house, the panoramic windows reflecting only darkness. The final crash, a literal and metaphorical collision, is staged with harrowing precision, eschewing spectacle for intimate devastation. Buxton doesn't offer catharsis, only the hollow aftermath of a man who mistook desperation for destiny. While the film's exploration of masculinity and purpose occasionally skirts superficiality, its strengths lie in Foster's raw performance and Buxton's unflinching gaze. This isn't a tidy parable about the dangers of obsession. It's a messy, uncomfortable portrait of a man grappling with the futility of societal scripts. Sharp Corner lingers like a bruise, a reminder that the sharpest turns aren't on the road, but within the human heart. I hope you enjoyed this review. If you did, please like, subscribe, and hit the bell to stay up to date with all my movie reviews and movie analysis. I always appreciate your time, and I hope to see you in my next video.